Guru team, welcome back. Welcome to Transport Fever 2. Welcome to Bonneyville. Welcome to Bonneyville live on PlayStation 5. Yes, it's a dreadful day outside. So I'm doing Transport Fever 2. So let's have a look at a couple of things, shall we? Hopefully you have been following the series. If you haven't, please feel free to go back and have a look. When I left you, we were doing some stuff. Some of that stuff was in relation to vehicles and vehicle lines. So I was having a look at the vehicle lines, which is actually on this one, not the vehicles. So I was going through and replacing some of my more profitable lines with bigger and better and more expensive trains, and I have done that, and I haven't like there's places like Columnar Coal. It's a short route, so and it's maxed out. In fact, it's over here, and as a result of it being maxed out here, um, I'm not. I don't really see the point in spending more money on trains. Um, we got all this over here, all running over here to this coal place, which is fully maxed out. So I'm not gonna. It's making me money, so fine. If and it ain't broke, don't fix it. In some cases, so that's that. Columnar timber again. If and it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're doing enough in terms of money on that and supply on that as far as I know, and this is some of the things we're going to have a look at during the live stream. Some of the other stuff, like Antiquaria to Revis Freight, obviously that needed a bit of an improvement. Villa de Cans Coslada, I did mention, needed a bit of an improvement, and that's fine. So hopefully they're now running more frequently than they were running. So the frequencies are here, like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 6 minutes. Um, so there's a very definite uh, kind of a link, I suppose, between some of the money and some of the frequency stuff. Bearing in mind that some of these routes at the bottom, which are showing losses, I have only just renewed, and they have quite some journey to go before they recognize the total of their revenue. So like Columnar Rubeda and Columnar Rivas, they're long distance, so they've got to go a long distance to make a bit of money. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. And there's other things going on that we need to have a look at. So I was going through that, and I was going through all the trucks as well. So I've been through quite a lot of the truck lines, and we have a bunch of truck lines here, and we have brought in the new truck, the Opel Blitz trucks, which is great. So we have the Opel Blitz, which is the tip truck, we have the fuel truck, we have the curtain sider tarpaulin truck, which is awesome. Most of those have been replaced. There are some small ones like this Revis Antiquaries where I haven't felt the need to do anything yet. I mean, there's 4 trucks. It isn't going to change the world. 4 trucks. So, Coslada fuel trucks again. 5 trucks, etc. So all of that. So went through all of that. We still don't have any new buses. I'm sorry to say. I'm sad to report. We've been rocking this thing, this old bus type here. Since when did this come in? 1921, and it goes out in 1975. So there's only these 2 buses still to choose from. So we're really in desperate need of a better bus. Um, and gosh, couldn't we do with a better bus? So that's fine. So I've been through and I spent a bit of money. So as you probably remember from my accounts, I had over 5 billion. I'm now down to 4.2. So I spent quite a bit of money, and quite a lot of trains were also in very bad condition and also needed replacing. So I did all that and spent a bit of money. What else did I do? Well, I did say after going through and sorting out the cargo lines through the cities. So we're trying to reduce the emissions. We're trying to get cities to grow. And Colmenar Viejo is growing. Um, so also with that in mind, I had to go around and do the passenger stops, and I did that in every city. And then when I did the passenger stops, I went and I had a look and said, well, how many vehicles have we got? I mean, arguably, it's not super busy. I mean, I guess here we have 47 people waiting. We want to get people on and off the train network. So while these other places are quiet, going to need to keep an eye on that. I mean, there's a bus coming in right here. There's another bus over here which is heading over. This is another bus. So these are the buses on the route. So a train may have just arrived. These numbers seem quite low, so a train may have just arrived. So we'll just keep an eye on that and see how it goes. I normally don't worry about a bus stop until I get to the like one big person. So you have the like little people, and then you get one big person, which is like whoops, you've got at least 50 people waiting or something. So I generally wait until that comes through, which is fine. So I went through and I had a look and I added in some new stops where stops were necessary. So if you don't know, when you put down a stop, it has an area of influence just like all the rest, and everything goes white. So people will walk quite some distance. So people will walk to get to that bus stop from down here. So they'll come out of whatever this industrial building is here, and they'll walk on up the road to get to that bus stop if that's what they need to do. So there's large areas of influence, but what we want to do is we want to try and maximize growth by making sure that everywhere is serviced by public transport links, right? And how we do that is, we go around. So this one, for example, this one goes down here, but there's a whole pool down here missing. So I added this in to cover that. So that covers this area. There's always going to be overlap in some way, shape, or form. Same with this one. I wanted to capture this whole area here, and as much as I can. And while this comes out a bit, there's like places over here, so there's some overlap. And then this residential area here. Now these guys, I've kind of said this before. I think this is like a graphics glitch. You see, there is a white line here. So while this guy doesn't turn white, I'm pretty certain that they are well within the sphere of influence of this. This guy, I'm not 100% sure. He might not be. Um, he might not be. And I don't exactly know the mathematics of how it figures it out. I don't want that road there. Thank you. That's going to create a horrible junction. What I want to do is just run the road up. Just do that. Just do that. And then this guy here. Why is this road bent? Uh, I don't care. Look, it doesn't all have to be grids, okay? Anyway, we'll put him there. Does that change the situation? That actually makes the situation worse. So I don't exactly know how it works out, the sphere of influence, etc. But anyway, that's like one guy out here. We'll wait until we grow a bit, and we'll get a little bit further on that. Obviously, there's a couple of other things here. I did say I did this road network here, and I did say I was going to do a road connection here. So this already existed. I want to make that a bigger bridge. I say a bigger bridge, a faster bridge. So I did say, so I've done this coast road. I had to do a little jiggery pokery around this. Not uncommon. It doesn't look great, but it's not uncommon to see this kind of thing. The bridge takes precedent. I needed that. I needed that gap. But for the rest of it, I wanted to run it kind of alongside the railway. So it runs alongside the railway, along the coast, all the way down the coast here. I didn't want to run it on the other side. Um, because there's just not enough towns over there, but there is over here. So I ran it down here. Now I had to do this thing. Now I don't know. You can make your own decisions about what exactly it is that you think about this. um, Elevated roundabouts. Yeah. I mean, look, it happens. Okay, it does happen that you do end up with elevated roundabouts. I wanted to keep this neat in terms of the bridges. We don't have that many bridges now over the river. We're not actually running anything up the river, and maybe that's something I will get into. I don't know. Now that we've got road networks going towards the river a little bit more consistently, maybe there is room for a river commuter service. But I, I don't know if I don't know if that's yet. Um, so I wanted to keep this neat, so that's fine. So we've got the mixed road and rail bridge. So when I got over here, there's obviously I wanted a riverfront road. So I was gonna have to come over the rail track, and because otherwise you're peeling it off here, and I don't like that. I don't like the way it separates bridges. It doesn't ever look good. Uh, Not that this we'll get better when we get the concrete construction stuff. We get concrete bridges, which look a little bit better than this. Um, this is all a bit 1970s, even though it's only the 1930s. Anyway, the simplest solution that I had to this was because I wanted to pull traffic from over here at Villa de Cans was to do this roundabout. And obviously, I have these trains, so either I drop the road and put the trains over the top, and that's costly, or I keep the road over the trains. So I opted for the latter because I just felt that it was going to make more sense. So that was pretty straightforward. I dropped this road under here and I went in and I connected Villa de Cans. Have I seen anybody on this road? One guy. I saw one guy on it and he was heading over here to Tomaloso. I haven't seen anybody heading up here, and I still haven't seen anybody on Columnar. Um, so I don't know. So there's nobody using it currently, but maybe that's to do with the fact that they don't have fast enough cars yet. It's a long distance, and we're servicing them well with trains and things. So anyway, it is what it is. So we've got I brought this over here and I did this lovely little like trumpet loop kind of a thing, which works quite well. I like it. It kept this neat, and it comes in, loops up. I think it's good. Doesn't detract from too much. Then it connect up here and connects up. Who put that there? Connects up to. I don't know where the sphere of influence of this town is going. I mean, they're already they did this last time, and they will do it again. And this didn't work. Do you remember? Uh, do you remember I said that I changed this road so that it was uh what you call it? Player owned, so no automatic upgrades. I think all that means is it doesn't automatically upgrade in quality, it still builds houses along it. So they're still building houses here. I deleted this and it came back. And now we've got this, which is like weird. I'm kind of. The game has some funny ideas. It just doesn't care about topography. I mean, I don't know what this means for the new one, Transport Fever 3, where they're saying changes to topography will have a negative impact on people's opinions of you. Um, what about when the game does some like crazy stuff? We got quite a lot of big tall buildings in here. We haven't got any like massive skyscrapers. We've got quite a few tower blocks. We don't have any massive skyscrapers yet. But again, it's only 1939. Yeah, so I don't know if the new game's going to do this, and it would be very good if we could define a road and say no building on the side of this road, because we don't want to. And they've done this as well. So they have now made this a road, which is not my preference, because now people will drive, civilians will drive through there, pathfind through. Anyway, there's not a lot you can do. It's growing in a strangely organic and weird kind of way. Wouldn't want to live there. What is that? It's a commercial building. Wouldn't want to be there. I mean, that is right next to me. And I suppose there's nothing there, nothing. There's no like outdoor seating areas, which is great. So yeah, so it's growing in its own kind of weird way, which I'm kind of just sort of like waiting to see what it does. What is it up to, and what is it going to make out of all of this? Anyway, that's Tomaloso for you. So that's the road network, and the road network is connected in. So now we have a fully connected road network, which goes all the way around the map. Goes all the way around the map, comes through there, comes through, connects up with all these places, connects down here. So everybody is connected by road, which is great. Now then, I want to talk about this underground train service because this is by far and away the first and last time I am ever building an underground rail service in Transport Fever 2. It it was so painful to try and build. I can't even tell you. It took like 4 or 5 times as long to build this um, as it would do if it was surface. And this is all it is. It's a connection from Antequera to Rivas, and then a connection to Villa de Cans. And my God, was it painful! It was so painful. Now I may have made it slightly more complicated for myself by putting in uh, this configuration of platforms. I was vaguely hoping that this would be, like an expansionist thing, allow for expansion. As I've said before, I don't really want to have to do this again. So I just wanted to do this once. So the fact that it's got this room for expansion and for more trains, was fine. Um, but then obviously I'm condensing 4 of these down into 2, and then widening them back out again. And for here, condensing 4 into 2, and then bringing them back out to 4 again. And the significantly major issue with underground is trying to maintain the same level is very hard because I can't get underground. I can't see what I'm doing, so I can't actually see the levels. So you have to try and sort of wing it amongst levels. That side worked out all right. This side, Villa de Cans, was an absolute. I don't know what went on here. I mean, I feel like I did my best to try and keep this working, but for some reason this one goes up and this one goes like flat-ish, and then this one suddenly rises to meet that one. Now, obviously, when you're drawing a line, you have the up and down arrow, right? And you choose up and down. I was choosing flat. At least I thought I was. So the thing is, there's kind of like 2 levels of flat. So there's flat, and then there's flat, not flat. So it kind of lies to you. So I think in not all situations was I flat. I might have been up flat. And yeah, anyway, I built this thing, and then I went for a joyride on it with the passenger train, and I realized how much of a mess it was. And I said to myself, you know what? I really don't want to do this anymore. I can't see it. Nobody can see it. I'm just going to ignore it because it was just so freaking painful to try and build. And the other thing is these junctions, these not junctions, these points. Wouldn't it be great if we had a points tool? Just like, here's some points, boof, just drop them in. There would be a hell of an idea, wouldn't it? Instead of having to try and continually build these things and having nodes clash with other nodes, for heaven's sakes. So I had to put those in, which was a nightmare. And on this side, didn't work. I couldn't get it to work at all after multiple attempts to get it to work anywhere. I mean, doing it on a corner is hard. I know that. But that's why I had this straight. And I had this straight out quite a ways. I still couldn't get points to work. So I've had to do this ugly thing here, which is like I've got some like random stuff happening. I have no idea what this is going to do to trains getting stuck traveling up and down this network. We're just gonna have to wing it and find out. Painful. I mean, it was right around here that I lost the will to live. I would just, ah, oh, so much like hard work. Anyway, they're connected, which is great. Whoop whoop. So they're connected on the line, as much as Villa de Cans, Rivas, Antequera are connected to Arrecife. So these four are connected. I mean, theoretically, I could somehow connect this to Palencia. I just actually don't want to. Just the pain I went through just to get that, to then have to do that. And you can't look at this ugly thing here. What is happening here? What is this about? I can't get this to sort itself out. I've got a tunnel in the middle of a train track. It just ah I tell you, absolutely frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. I don't think I can even do that, can I? I just no. Oh my gosh, no. Um, yeah, I'm not doing that again. I am not doing sunken or underground train tracks ever again. There used to be a bridge there, I think. That's what that was. So they can just go through Arrecife, and they are, and that's why. So Arrecife is becoming a little bit of a commuter hub, as you can see, and we got lots of people moving around through here, which seems to be okay for now. If I need to open up another platform, I can. Obviously, we've got two lines coming in here, so we could widen that out and we could do some stuff that way. And you probably note this is now high speed track. So this is the low speed. This is cargo. This is commuter. So I'm rocking the Hiawatha, I guess it's called, on this one, and I'm sort of experimenting with the high-speed tracks. I mean, it's supposed to be a fast train, and I want to get people moving around faster than they currently have been. But it just seems like the trains take forever to get up to speed. I mean, this is a steam train, and he's still. I mean, we've been going now for quite a while. We're only just over 100k. This is a high-speed track. This is not. It's not a difficult topography, so he should be going faster than this. I mean, we're now approaching 120 down the hill. I need to even this track out a little bit since I put the bridge in place. The bridge is a high-speed bridge, so he's hitting about 140. I don't like that post there. So he's hitting about 140, zipping through here and heading over to Tomaloso, and then he has to slow down again. So yeah, that's sort of where we are with the commuters and the high speed. And obviously, I have this as high speed as well. We may get better results on the long distance, and the same with the passengers heading out this way and heading out towards Ubeda kind of way. And they're popular. Man, are they popular? They are pretty popular. So I only have this one train here. So let's duplicate that puppy up and see if we can, because we got a lot of people waiting. So we'll see what we can do here. This is still not, in some places this is still single line. It's got long passing stretches, which is fine. We have cargo going down here as well, which is slow. So we may have to reconsider this one because we're going to lose the high-speed benefit, given that we have cargo down here. So now that this has gone high-speed, we might have to put in a slow cargo line, and we'll drop in a couple of waypoints, and we'll get the high-speed one moving through. But I can always do that later. It's not what I'm here to do right now. I've had enough of doing that for right now. So, like I said, went through all of the places, went through all of the stops, went through, made sure everything is being serviced and everything is being serviced. So, where are we at with towns in terms of size? And I think it's ascending. So, we're still getting some good growth here. The emissions is improving because they used to be. This is mediocre. El Puerto. I mean, there's not a lot happening there, but most of the emissions used to be very poor, as you recall, and obviously now I'm using a lot more. I don't think there's any steam trains. The passenger trains, pardon me, are still steam trains for the time being. Don't have to be, but they are for the time being. Um, And so a lot of these have now just gone to poor as opposed to very poor. So we're now picking up growth. So we've got multiple cities now well over 300 in terms of the growth. So and the passenger lines have increased the accessibility and stuff. So we're getting benefits. So you got a lot of very goods and goods. Nobody is poor. So everybody's either good or very good in terms of transport connections and stations. So, in terms of congestion and stuff like that, so we've ironed out some of those issues. We have population growth, which is great. El Puerto still isn't really coming along for the ride, but it'll get there eventually. So we've got most everybody. We've got one, two, three, four. We've got five over 700, and then the other five, which are under 700. So, and it's only 1939, so we're rocking ahead. Where we currently stand with the other stuff is what we sort of need to have a look at again. So we've made a lot of changes. I've made a lot of changes, a lot of changes, a lot of changes to the transport network in terms of the roads and things. A lot of old networks were deleted. A lot of networks have been upgraded and or sort of run together. What do you call that? Consolidated. So there's been a lot of updating and consolidation in various other bits and pieces. We've also added in lots of vehicles that go an awful lot faster, 50% faster, and also carry like 50% more product. So we're moving more product around, but that doesn't necessarily mean the product is getting to everywhere that it needs to get to. So you can see here, for example, Tomaloso slightly shy on bricks, still shy on goods, and still shy on a couple of other things. Um, and that's possibly holding it back. Also, the emissions possibly holding it back. Not quite sure why the emissions are holding it back on that one. We'll need to have a look at it. It's dropped again, so we're going to have a look at that one. Arrecife is still really struggling to get them fuel. Tools is a lot better. Food is good, but bricks are not super. Reeve is still really, really, really struggling with bricks. Struggling a bit with goods, and tools and machines. Ubeda is better with food, but they make food. They should be at 234. Struggling a bit with fuel. Again, struggling a bit with bricks, considering they make bricks. There are no issues with goods, and then they make goods. Palencia really struggling with food. Um, Bit of problems with bricks. Antiquera, again, really struggling with fuel, really struggling with goods. Villa de Cans, great for machines, which is an improvement. Better for food, but still not perfect, struggling with fuel. Coslada, struggling for tools, struggling for bricks, struggling for goods, struggling for everything. Colemnar, great for tools, great for machines. No fuel, no goods. We haven't sorted those out yet. And El Puerto, struggling with machines, struggling a bit with food, which is a bit of a surprise. Good for goods, Okay for fuel. So there's things happening now. I'm just going to hit pause for now because I don't want to end up with too many vehicles getting into bad condition. Now let's have a look at what's happening here fuel wise. So Antiquera Arrecife fuel, we're not shifting nearly enough fuel. For a start, this train is in bad condition. So that's fine. But what else are we shifting here? Antiquera. Antiquera is shifting just fuel down, and they're bringing goods back. And I think the goods is for Antiquera, and we're only bringing back 34 there. So that's what that says. The cargo there is 34. Frequency of 11 minutes. That's too long. Needs to be half that, which suggests a secondary train. But before we throw a secondary train at it, um, the fuel wise is fine. So what does Arrecife want for fuel now? It wants 237, and we're sort of delivering around about 200. And in terms of goods going out, well, I don't know. There's nothing here right now. Is this the goods train? No, that's coming in from Villa de Cans. But it looks like Antiquera wants 200 goods, but I aren't a lot of those goods going by road? So is there a goods truck coming out of here? There's two goods trucks actually coming out of here. But I'm fairly certain there's also goods trucks going by road out of here. Yeah. So what are we doing there? Do we need to do that? Because that seems like that's an unnecessary complication. If we're bringing goods in here and rocking it up here to the hub, and then having the trucks pick it up and drop it off, it seems like an unnecessary complication to also have a goods truck here. So that's that, and there's no goods there. So this service is confusing the situation and costing us money, and there's 38 of them. So I think what we need to do is I think we need to delete this service, and to do that I need to delete all the vehicles. Imagine having a mass selection function. Wouldn't that be a great idea? Oh my gosh. Right, we'll sell all those, and then what we'll do is we will delete that line. Right, so there's no point overcomplicating things. We don't need more trucks running out of there. So then the goods are coming in from over here. They're being picked up by a train here. They're heading up over here, and they're being picked up by trucks at this hub, which I can expand if need be, and they're being taken directly in. Now, the only thing I need to know here is the Antiquera goods trucks is going over there, and then we have, I think, goods S1. No, we have goods 2. Goods 2 is going up at the top. Okay, so we're getting goods there, and we're getting goods over there. Right, so where do they want goods? They do want goods in that general area. Are we covering enough of that general area? I think so, just about. I'll take it on balance as saying yes, I think we are. Yeah, we could in theory chuck an S1 in there. That's not relevant. But I think this is fine. So, back to the problem at hand. Antiquera Arrecife fuel. So, 16 and 8. So this is 96, right? And we're 309, so we can make this a little bit longer. And this is, oh geez, what did I say? 16? Oh my gosh. 16. So, 10 of these is 120 and 6 is 72. So this is 192 fuel. So that's not quite enough. So and this will carry longer. So I wonder if we're looking more at sort of goods wise, we don't need quite as much, but 96. So I think we're going to need a little bit more than that. So I think that should be in good condition. So let's see what we want to do here, and then we'll double it. So bearing in mind that we're going to double it. So if we're going to double it, but we're increasing the frequency as well. So I think what we want to do is we want to go for something a little bit more like 10 of these. I think that will be ample for shifting goods around. And then in this kind of stuff, so that's 120. And we want, I think, can we go out? I'm really looking at the length of the train at this stage. I reckon we can probably go out to about 368, and that's from 120. That's 228. So that's a 10 and 19, and I'm going to duplicate that. I don't know where this guy's going to come from. No, you're not the train I'm talking about, or are you? You are the train I'm talking about. So it must be you. Yeah, where are you coming from? Tomaloso. So you're coming from over in Tomaloso. So that's fine. So it'll take a while for him to get over here. So let's shift some more product out of here to Arrecife, because that's definitely what we need to get at. Now, the other thing was, and I have been toying with this idea for a while, is I don't really know why this guy isn't making more, because I could bring more fuel this way by train. So we have a lot of vehicles down here, right? We have a lot of vehicles down here. But it may be more efficient at the end of the day to add an additional train track here and bring fuel in here somehow. And I even contemplated the idea of bringing a whole train track this way, or doing a kind of a looping thing. I don't know. But he's not making, this guy isn't making enough. I would like him to go up a level, but he's not shipping enough. Now, he says he also wants to ship to Ubeda and Colomnar Viejo, but he's not enough is getting to Arrecife, not enough is getting to Coslada, not enough is getting to El Puerto, and I think that's what's preventing this from going a little bit further. Which is interesting, because he recognizes that he is in some way attached to Coslada. I don't exactly know how he's attached to Coslada. I think we go through here. I think this picks up, yeah, so this picks up fuel and sends it to Coslada. So he does recognize, so that's that Arrecife train. So the Arrecife train improvements will pick up that, and then hopefully that will pick up his shipping over there. Colomnar? Well, I haven't set up a line to Colomnar yet for fuel, and I wasn't going to send it from there. I was going to send it from over here in Palencia, along the top. Personally speaking, I don't think, because I don't really want to add more trains through here. I've already got a shit ton of trains coming through here, and I got enough problems with this one. So that really leaves us here with El Puerto And I think we got fuel trucks picking up from here. El Puerto fuel trucks. Yeah, we do. So, if and we're lucky, we may get enough 487 out of 700. So with an increased frequency on this line, which does it recognize? Yeah. So it recognizes now the frequency's gone from 11 minutes to 5 minutes. And we're now, look at that, we're shifting 228 fuel. So that accommodates the fuel for this place and a little bit extra. So, yeah. So we're going to and we got like the fuel trucks here. So the S1 fuel trucks are going into the city. So that will hopefully pick that issue up. And we'll get more fuel in the network, which is pretty good. Now, the next thing that's happening here, because we're talking about tools and machines and stuff, is look at what's happening over here. So we have a significant overabundance here of timber and tools, which means we're not shifting enough when we could be shifting it. So 11 vehicles, and we're at what, 273, and I don't know what that means in terms of total volume, because we won't know that until, where the heck are they coming from? Are they coming from over there? No. Are they coming from over here? Yeah, they're coming from over here. Antiquera, Validicans, timber and tool trucks. I might just actually buy another 5 here. So that they're coming in from a different location. No, that's not what I wanted. Antiquera, Validicans, there you go. So I'm sending those in there to try and sort out this problem. That said, this network looks like an absolute turkey. Now then, I did talk about this before, and I talked about the problems that I've had with one-way systems in transport hubs, and is it even worth it to have one-way systems in transport hubs? And I was also saying, well, with this one as well, where have we got? You're going there. Yeah, there is somebody going out that way. We might be able to speed this whole process up by deleting that one and adding in a generic one, and deleting that one and adding in a generic one, because for some crazy ass reason, having bidirectional entrance and exits seems to speed it up a bit. This is a problem, so let's get rid of it. Now, it's saying that there's an issue there. What is the issue? Antiquera, Validicans, fuel trucks have no path. Are there any? Where are they going from? Antiquera, Validicans, fuel trucks. Were they coming through here? I haven't seen any come this way, but it looks like they were. So they were coming through that way. I've not seen any in ages, which is something of a surprise. Well, I can rectify that, but I really don't want you to go. You can come off this. I'll get one of these. I don't want traffic lights. Fucking hell. I don't want traffic lights. I mean, it's not a busy road, but I don't want traffic lights. I can't turn them off. Can't turn them off. That's ugly. That's not even connected. What is going on? Right. Let's do that and see what happens there. So, I hope that that's going to clear that out. Who are all these trucks that are just like driving through here? Where are you going? You're not picking up cargo. Or you are picking up cargo, you're heading out. Alright, that'll take a little bit of a backlog to sort itself out, I'm sure. Antiquaria timber tools trucks. They may be fine. Um, they may be fine, they may have just been held up. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll wait and see. What's this look like? Fine, but things are going to change. Right. So, the other problem we got here is this Antiquaria Villa de Cannes freight for oil and timber. Now, that's this guy here. And as you can see, he's not pulling nearly enough timber. And we wanted timber up here for tools. We're not short of timber up here, but this guy is making a lot of timber. And where are we trying to get this timber to? Rivas, Villa de Cannes Tool Factory, Coslada Machines Factory, and we're not shipping anything through to El Puerto. And there's a thought. There's a thought. Because El Puerto does want timber, and we're rocking an awful lot of timber down here as well. I could certainly bring more timber this way. Maybe. I have Arrecife El Puerto timber tools trucks. Somebody bringing timber down this way? Are you bringing it from Villa de Cannes? That's not showing me timber. Don't think so. No, not that one. That one? That's also not showing me timber. Yeah, bricks and food. So, can't be you. We've just been through this. You're not bringing timber. So, where is the timber coming from? You're going to get timber. Right, and then you're taking it to the tools place. And then you're bringing tools back. So you're not actually picking up timber from here. But this place is not busy. So we could run a train. We could run a timber train down here. And what's this guy look like? Fair supply, not getting a great deal of shipment because we need to move more tools. So I wonder if that's going to help or hinder down here. Otherwise, where else are we trying to get timber to? This guy's getting enough timber. His issue is steel, not timber. And there's nobody else except for this guy over here who wants timber. Which, again, timber is not an issue, it's steel. Which we've kind of loosely talked about, but also need to talk about some more. So this timber thing here, do we want to shift it out of there and move it? It's sort of playing havoc with my stuff. This guy, he's not shifting enough timber, but this guy is definitely got enough timber. It might need more when we sort out the steel. I don't know if I want to do it, but it is really making a mess, as you can see. And we already, as I've said, we already have quite a few trains. But not on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have a train connection there to send. What the heck? Right, so we're going to pick up from Antiquera and we're going to drop off here. And we're going to be picking up just timber for now. I had switched off logs over here, but I can reinstate it. So let's just do that for now, and I will rename that Antiquera Arrecife Timber. Just call it Timber for now. I don't think there's another one like it. I've just renamed the wrong thing. That's just fabulous, isn't it? That's just amazing. Can I rename that? What's it doing? Can't I just rename the line? I mean, just why? Antiquera and receive timber. Thank you. And then I can actually go back to renaming that as just Antiquera Hub, which is what it originally was. Thank you. Right. What are we going to want? We're going to want one of those. And we're going to want a lot of timber. Let's go 200 for now. And see how we go. We'll see how we go on that. Obviously, what I need to do is set up a truck line. So we'll come off of here, and we'll just go straight over here. And what we will obviously do is we will set that up at the train station to pick up timber, and at the El Puerto to pick up tools, because we still need tools that way. And then that's El Puerto timber tools trucks 2, I do believe. Maybe not, who can say? And we have this over here. And let's start with 6. And see how that goes. So that is Arrecife. Did I call it Antiquera Timber Tools Trucks? Oh my gosh. And I've been playing this clearly too long today. Clearly playing this too long today, because that is not right. I've made 2 stupid mistakes in the space of 5 minutes. It's I don't even know which it is now. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I'm getting lost. Right. El Puerto Timber Tools Trucks 2. No, that is the one that I did. El Puerto Timber Tools Trucks 2. So I've just sent these off on where the heck they're going. You people, of which there were 6. Where are you? 1, 2, 3. I don't know which ones those are now. 5, 6. You are going to El Puerto. Wherever the heck you are. I don't care where you are on the map. You're going to eventually get here. El Puerto. Timber Tools Trucks 2. Right? For heaven's sake, that better be right. Honestly. Right, well everybody coming here is coming here, so that's great. Right, so that solves that problem. So that's that problem solved, which is fine. So maybe that will clear that up. Now then, the other issue I have here is fuel. So this guy, in bad condition, take in 25. There was 2 of these, as you recall. Maybe you do recall, maybe you don't recall. He's up here now, isn't he? He's taking a lot of fuel, but he's bringing bricks back. So, what was my thinking on that one? I didn't want this place jammed. That was my thinking. So I've ended up jamming this one up because this one supplies more places. So I didn't want this one knackered. But 4 is not enough. 25, that's fine. How much space have we got here? We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's like 39. So we can rock like 39, which is the equivalent of what length? Let's have a look. No. 35. So 35. So if we added 6 more, how long is this? Doesn't tell me. How long is that? Doesn't tell me. Tells me the weight, but not the length. I'd have to manually add it in. So 439 meters, I reckon. Let's buy that and see how long does it look. Yes. So 439 meters long is what we have to work with here. But I think we're going to need to balance that out because I don't think that that's correct. And I think we need to move slightly more timber. So we had 4, so I think we're going to add it to the timber. So I think it's going to be, well, we're only going to shift some timber. So 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I need a loco. Where are you? I don't need the big one. Oh, I might because of length. Let's see how we do. We'll do 6. And we'll go out as far as we can in terms of length. There you go. 6 and 29. And I'm going to double it because I really do think we need to have more stuff moving around out of this depot. So we'll shift some more fuel out. We're shifting fuel out. Sorry, we'll shift some more crude out. We're shifting fuel out. We're shifting timber out. So we're trying to move all the stuff out of there. And out of here, Tomiloso, Villa de Cannes freight. I mean, yeah, okay. He's just going to Tomiloso. Is he just dropping off bricks at Tomiloso? And what does Tomiloso need? Tomiloso needs more bricks. So is he seems to be doing all right except for bricks. So what is his configuration? 21 and 7. And we've just said we can go longer than that because he's only 355. So we can definitely, because this will take bricks. So we can do like 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do 5 more. That'll probably help him out. That'll probably help him shift a few more bricks. So that's fine. Everyone else, Kozlada wants some more bricks. Um, yeah, so they're on threes. It's a bit of a nuisance because you can't insert, so which it, plagues my OCD. Um, but we can definitely add in three more, which is fine, and we'll add in three more to all of them, and that will help with that. No, thank you. Right, so that'll shift a few more bricks their way, and everything else. What's we got a problem with steel, right? We got a problem with steel. We've said we got a problem with steel. What's happening over here now? Coal, for heaven's sake, still coal? I mean, I've got trucks here. Obviously, clearly not enough trucks. Coal trucks, coal trucks. Right, we got a depot right there, and I mean, ooh, dare I? You dare you dare. Oh man, what about bulk selection? Wouldn't that be good? Right. Oh, the game's really thinking about it. I might be close to crashing the game. The amount of vehicles I've got like 3,000 vehicles or something. How many vehicles have I got? 2,200, not 3,000. Not even 2,500. Right. Okay. So let's get some more steel rocking around these parts, um, because that's a simple fix. So he's got to come down here, and I got to rock over here, and I got to do that. I got to join this whole convoluted network here, which is fine. But we have a lot of steel sitting here already. So it goes lattice steel supply. So you, sir, are not big enough, by a long chalk. So you are. I wonder, can I just get him to flip around? Nah, they don't like it when they're too close to the station. So you usually need to wait for him to like clear the points. I wonder if I can get him to go back. If there's another train coming. Yeah, go back in. No, he's gonna get stuck. Is he gonna wait for that one to go out? There's no other trains coming. He's just gotta wait for that to clear the points because there's no... He's going against the flow. Right, I just want to get this guy in. Right. Ah, wrong thing. Ah, I meant to hit pause. Go back. Right. Blimey. Right. Well, he's in very bad condition, so that's not a good start. And he needs a lot more. So how much is he? How much does he need to shift? There's like over 1,000 there. So we need to make this guy as long as we can be, or as long as he can be. Right? So let's make him as long as he can be. Um, he's not going far, so we don't need the massive thing. But he is shifting steel, and we do need him to shift a lot of steel. 438, I think. That's fine. So let's see. How long is he? Ooh, he's a little bit too long. Wait a minute. This one's a little bit shorter. So I think we need. What are we here? We're 5 too long. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he could do 379. That's a 360 capacity thing. He's still overshooting because, well, he didn't take it all. Why didn't you take it all? Whatever. He's gonna head out and then he's gonna come back again, etc., etc. So that will deal with hopefully with production and shipment. Because I'm not. Look at this over here. Arg! Grr, arg! So this is a problem. Oh, these are the things that happen. The things that happen. So this is not good. What's going on here? Let's have a look. Right, that configuration is that way. And then you have right, okay. Well, I think that's a problem. And while that's a problem, this is a problem. So let's solve this problem. Right. Right, we now have that road sufficiently in the correct place. I think what we need to do is we need to have that road go there, which is fine. Seeing as I'm down here, I may as well improve this road. Because we've got a lot of trucks there too. There's a lot of traffic happening here now. Nodes! Where's my node? That's my node. Right. I think we're going to want to bring these trucks in like about here. So we're going to have to bring this bridge down to about there. And then we'll just do that. Right, so we got traffic through there. Now then, what's happening with this traffic here? We have the coal trucks going in and out that way, and then we have coal trucks going through that way because this is a one way. What if I were to change that and get, like I said, these one ways? I thought it was a good idea. Turns out it's not a good idea. So the coal trucks too, they now go the other way. Right, so they will hopefully stay out of each other's way. I then have my fuel trucks going that way and my steel trucks going that way. Right? Now then, let's see how that all shakes out. Right, all these trucks are mysteriously appearing and disappearing and doing their whole thing. Everybody's moving, they're moving. There's some people still trying to find their way to the right place. There's a little bit of driving around. It's busy. There's a problem here. I mean, this one, less of a big problem in terms of some things because I can continue to do this. It's not a big place. I could make it longer. I mean, I'm obviously doing this, but in which case I can go in here and say, sure, Lower Tomaloso, switch everything on, and then you got a little bit more options. And the same with you guys, Lower Tomaloso, switch these on and say, yeah, sure, because jam! We have jam! We have jam. Is anybody actually moving? This guy. Doosh. Get you out of the way. Get some people moving. I saw you be the problem. Maybe no, you? Oh, something's happened. A train. Where are you? You are coming out of here. Well, now, why would that happen? That's never happened before. Oh, you're too long. That's the problem there. This is the one that I made longer. I've made him too long, and therefore he's a problem. Which one is this? Tomoloso Villa de Cans. So you can't be 26. Looks like you're about 3 too long. Okay, that's fine. No. Now then, the thing is, I can't get him to... Can I get him to flip around? No, because he won't drive forward. See, so I can't get him to drive forward. He could go forward, but he won't. So I need to take 2 more off you, and then after you get moving, I need to add 2 more in. Right. Can you clear that junction? I think he's clear. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm fairly certain that you can get past him there if I delete that. No? You don't want me to yeah, no, you can do it. What are your problem? No electric path. Yeah, that's because I haven't finished with you yet. Donkey McDonkey. Right. Sometimes this works, sometimes it does not. Where's the node? Let's try that one. Nah, ain't gonna work. I could tell it wasn't gonna work. Which then means that's not gonna work. Which means I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of that. Right. I can't have it be too long because that's in the way. You gotta be really about there. Right. Return that signal to where it needs to be. Now then, who are you? Oh, what do you mean you don't have an electric path? To where? To where do you need this electric path? I've had that before, that they occasionally seem to think, I think it's just a glitch. If you change too many things in the matrix, they get really confused. But he should be the right length now. I remember I said I needed to add 2 more back. Right? So, a little bit of a jam happening down here. This is a busy line. That's alright. They've created a little bit of a backlog because you had all that stuff there. I'm gonna have a look at this guy. He's about the right length. How long are you? 333. Is that right? Did I read that right? I did. 333. Where are you? You. How long are you? 379. Oh, you're too big. I might have to go with 355. After all. Which is a bit of a nuisance. Still. Anyway, we carry on. Right, so that caused a little bit of a jam. This steel. And what else? Goods. So, we've now got an abundance of goods going back to Kozlata Arrecife. That's because you're nowhere near big enough. You're only carrying 2 fuel-wise. So, Kozlata Arrecife. So, you're coming out of here, Kozlata Arrecife. You need a bit more than that. So, right. Oh, you're rocking an expensive loco as well, which is which is interesting. Um, so you're on 96 capacity, but I think we can probably go a little bit closer to 144. And I think with this, we could maybe triple that and go to 6. So we'll see how you go. It's a short route, but it's not great frequency, I think. What was the frequency on that? 9 minutes. I definitely think we could probably get that guy moving along a little bit faster. That's for sure. So that's going to clear that one up. So there's been a little bit of a backlog here. Yeah, it's a heck of a backlog actually. It might need to be definitely double. We're competing with these things though. And these things tie up because they're shuttling backwards and forwards. Yeah. Now we'll see how we go. It's not super duper. They can afford to be delayed as long as they're not delaying. And I don't know. There's no easy way to set priorities other than with signals and stuff. I could run a line through here and connect it up and have it cross over. I think that changes the priority a bit. But anyway, so he's shifting that. So he'll shift some more steel. Yes, which means we'll start producing some more machines over here of much noteworthy source. Now, getting bricks into the town, we're being hampered by tools. We're being hampered by tools trucks. That's because they're in very bad condition. They're old trucks, and we need more of them. So let's make them new trucks, and let's double that amount of trucks because we definitely need more tools trucks. That will sort that out. Brick trucks is probably okay. We'll have to wait and see what the backlog looks like. That'll be the thing. So waiting on that backlog to clear itself will be the thing. So we're going to rock a whole load of tools trucks out of here, of the new variety, and they're all going to go and do that and sort that out. Again, this is a one-way flow system. It's currently working. It's probably going to snarl up eventually. I'll need to come back and sort that one, I'm sure. How are you guys looking? 46. What about you? You look busy. 500 people! Oh my word. Right, okay. Well, I need to make these trains a little bit longer. I'm using the heavyweight on this one. So I think we need let's do 150. So yeah, let's do 3 more each. These are big commuter trains. I haven't had commuter trains this big. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's a good problem to have. So I'm gonna let them carry on shifting their stuff, which is great because that's just great. What's this stop look like? Where's this coming from? The Tomaloso bus. I added in a whole load of buses. Probably not enough. Put another 4. It's adding. Alright, getting better with the bricks, better with the food. Look, yeah, multiple vehicles are in bad condition. I do understand. I had it on high speed. That's why. Where's my layer? Emissions. Yeah, we got train emissions over here. They seem to mostly be hitting the commercial side though. And then we have the train emissions over here. This is the residential place. Yeah, I'm not desperately sure there's much I can do about that. These trains are electric though, and the trains running through there are electric. No, these aren't. Passenger trains are steam. Maybe I need to change them. Maybe I need to change them. What is the options here of replacing the Hiawatha? 160k. What's this guy do? That one does 160k. I wonder if just for this line we replace no electric path. I haven't electrified this side yet. Okay. Well, there's a first time for everything. Oh God, no! Don't want to do it. I'll do that later, cause I gotta do. I realize now that that I've got to do all the. I've got to, there's some complex junctions, and I gotta go all the way over here. It's not as straightforward as it looks. So I'll do that. I'll do that offline because it's tedious. How's this looking? Things are clearing up. This is starting to look busy, Antiquarius Revis Freight. So once you get these snarl-ups out of the way, you start to see exactly what's happening. That's fine. One of the other places I want to check on was out here at the Steel Works and see. So Colmenar Revis Steel. You're bringing back machines. Now, you're not fully loaded with steel going out. So, while this says there's 422, why were you not... Was there a delay here? Or something? This is as much as I'm going to get out of this. Around about the 970s, 980s. Without adding in more coal from other plants somewhere. Which would be over here. I would have to run a cargo line down here. Ooh, in theory, it's the wrong side of the bridge. It's the wrong side of the tracks. It's the wrong side of the world. It's the wrong side of everything. Which is a nuisance. Because there's a whole load of steel goes through here to places that it needs to go to. I mean, obviously, if I can get this place making an awful lot more steel, that's coming down, which is great. These still look high, but I guess we haven't really sorted that out yet. Yeah, he's quite long, and he's taking quite an age. As he's hauling a lot of steel, it's very heavy. He's getting there. What's the steel? Yeah, okay. The issue is shipping out at this stage, shipping out machines. This is tools still, I think. So we're still rocking our way through the tools on that one. That's all fine. That's all fine. I think some of the other stuff is fine. Got a lot of people waiting. Lot of people waiting. What's happening over here? We have a mass abundance of food. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of food. And that's all trying to get over here to this food production plant, which is making nothing! Because we're not getting enough wheat. There's wheat there. There's no wheat here. So this one plays up a bit. This one. Who are you people? Because there's just this one is an up and downy one. But clearly not. I have too many vehicles coming through here. I think was the problem with this one, I was using these to move food. And I've changed the metric on that. But definitely there's too many vehicles coming through here. So some of them need to be sold. Right, it solves a little bit of a problem over there. Right. Yeah, that was the Ubeda wheat trucks down there that I think I'm just gonna have to I'll pick it up with the other one, with the food trucks. I won't rely on the wheat trucks, I'll pick it up. But we got a lot of food. Who's waiting on food? El Puerto still waiting on food. Palencia is still waiting on food. Oh, a whole lot of places still waiting on food. Anyway, as you can see, there is still plenty for me to do, but I am going to wrap it up there for now. I have got to embark upon other things. So, thank you for joining me for a quick run around Bonneyville and some of the sort of nuts and bolts maintenance. So, we are back into it, back into balancing the lines, back into clearing the backlog, back into sorting out some trains and some routes and some bits and pieces, because since we have updated all the town transport networks and updated the types of vehicles that we're using to transport stuff around towns, we now have production that we need to sort out with moving stuff around with trains. So where are we on the grand scheme of things in terms of where we want to get to? 869, 829. So they've gone up by what was it, 60 people in the course of the last hour or so. We've dropped again because there was these were above 700, so they've dropped again. Um, Transport connections is up, but some of the product has dropped off. So we're getting a little bit of drop in and drop out because of product delivery inconsistency. I mean, it'll sort itself out, and eventually we'll get back over 700 again. Um, and they're about the same, the bottom five. So the top five lost a little bit. The bottom five gained a little bit, probably. Palencia's got a couple of issues with food, obviously, that need to be sorted out. I wonder if there's a train blocked somewhere. Is there a train like standing there, just going nowhere, or something? Because we've got, yeah. What's this? What's this? What's happening here? Why are you two waiting? This is a bottleneck. This is what happens. What are you two up to? Where are you going? You are going where you're supposed to be going, down that way, and you're waiting on that one, who is waiting on what? What are you waiting on? Where are you going? You're going over there, so you're waiting on that guy. Oh, this network here is always crazy. And what's your problem? You want to go in here, but you're waiting on that guy. Ooh. This is a busy network. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trains. I think what I need to do is I need to pull this passenger train completely out of this network and just run it up the side. And I haven't even connected Palencia yet. I'm supposed to be connecting this to a passenger network, but it's now on the wrong side. I've got a cargo network in the way. Still so many things to sort out. Anyway, that'll probably be on one of my regular episodes. Thank you for joining me. Ta-ta.